Yellow! I am super excited to finally make a review on this Ordinary product because it has been sitting in my freaking drawer upstairs just collecting damn dust, and I was like, it's time to bring this thing out and put it to the test. The Ordinary product I am reviewing today is the High Spreadability Fluid Primer. I think it's only fair that after I put on the primer, I apply the new Ordinary Serum Foundation just to see if the two mix well together. Just like in every Ordinary video, I like to get all the details down before I start to apply it. So excuse me, but I have some claims to talk about. So what is the High Spreadability Fluid Primer? This product specifically is classified as a surface smoother and as a primer. Right off the bat, I'm assuming that you could use this on its own to smooth out your skin tone, and you could use this as kind of like a base for your makeup. Girl, and we all know, going to the club, going to work, wherever you are going, you want to keep your foundation looking as flawless all day as possible, and a primer is an essential tool to makeup application. Okay, so let me actually take the product out because I know y'all are probably like, girl, we don't want to just see this white box. So, here is the big reveal. Oh, okay, this looks like my niacinamide. This product specifically comes in like this like glass jar, and of course it has the Ordinary's infamous like dropper. So right off the bat, my initial thoughts on the packaging is that the Ordinary always comes out with such like classy but very simple packaging, and I absolutely adore that because it kind of gives you like the name of the product right on there, and then it gives you how to apply it on the back, like the directions. And I don't think you could get much more simpler than that. I mean, like, I don't like when I buy a product and you just have like all this gibberish on it, and I'm like, okay, like I don't want to read all this, like I don't really care. I also read that apparently if you were to use this alone as like your last step in your skincare routine, it'll give you a nice sheen to the skin and this like dewy effect. I'm not sure if that would be like the best thing for maybe oily skin. Obviously oily skin people can use this as well. It's just like for me personally, I have such oily skin within maybe like 20 minutes of me just even getting out of the shower or something. So like I don't need that extra shine, but it would be nice maybe to like look wet. But I would probably just look damn greasy, so I am using this as a primer before makeup. Just by the way, I wanted to mention my shirt because I feel so Toronto right now. I'm wearing one of Drake's new OVO shirts and I absolutely adore it. Like, isn't it so sweet? Except this looks like a damn Pokemon, but whatever, it looks cute. How much is the Ordinary charging for their High Spreadability Fluid Primer? Because girl, we know that Sephora has some primers up there at $60 damn. My poor ass can't afford that, so for 1 ounce, 30 milliliters, girl, we know the deal. We know that that's just an average generic amount of product for every primer. The Ordinary is charging $7.90 freaking cents. That is couch change. Before I slap this product all over my face, I know I keep rambling and my ass just keeps damn talking. I just want to quickly go over the claims and then we'll get to testing this thing out. So what does the Ordinary claim that the High Spreadability Fluid Primer does? This will even out skin tones and avoid any unnatural pigments. This primer is supposed to feel lightweight, so thank damn Jesus, because I do not want to feel like I have like a layer of dramaticness all in my face, so I love that it's supposed to be lightweight. This will provide a natural dewy effect. Thank God they added that word natural because I'm not trying to look like a damn disco ball, greasy ass, oily skin. And this product is also fragrance free. It's not completely fragrance free just smelling it. It smells like kind of like some kind of like a plant. Maybe like mint. Like a very, very like subtle scent though. It's not like overpowering. So off the bat there is no hue. It is clear. We can see right through it. It is transparent. So I'm just gonna move it around my hand. So there is a close-up. I'm just gonna kind of rub it around. Okay, so it is more on the thicker side, which it kind of makes sense because you do want your foundation to stick to it. So it feels very like, now it's kind of like tacky-ish. Like, so now that I gave it maybe like 10 to 20 seconds to kind of soak in, my hand is so soft. Like, this could be actually used as like a hand cream. It's so weird. I'm so excited. It says that it was supposed to be like a surface smoother, so I do believe that. Let me quickly go wash my hands and I will be right back to spread this High Spreadability Fluid Primer all over my face. So I'm gonna take a fair amount of product. I'm gonna add just maybe one more pump. It's not as fluid based as I thought it would be, because when you think fluid you think like runny and like watery. It takes its time to kind of like run down. I'm gonna mainly put this in like my troubled spot, so that's for majority people like T-zone, I guess. Okay, let's do this. So I say first, rub it around like the places you want to have your face primed. For me that's everywhere, girl. And then once that's locked in, tap it in. Before I zoom you guys in, let me just tell you that it is kind of like an oily feeling. Like My hands are like not completely like dried down, or they don't feel like silicone-y. They feel like still kind of like oily. Maybe I'll just give this maybe like 3 minutes to dry down. This is the closest the lens is letting me zoom in. As you can see on the tops of my cheekbones, like it looks very like a natural glow. After waiting maybe about 30 seconds for it to kind of like dry down, I noticed right away that it did smooth out my skin, and as well as my skin tone. Like I was looking into the little mirror and I could tell like it wasn't as like patchy, like red, I mean. Aside from it giving me like this natural glow and it kind of like smoothing out my skin tone, I don't really notice anything else. As soon as we apply the Ordinary foundation, we can judge it for ourselves. Let the primer sit in for about 3 to 4 minutes. I'm gonna apply the Ordinary Serum foundation. I'm using my favorite right now, 2.1Y, so it's a medium like yellow undertone. I'm gonna give this gal a good shake before I hit my face up with it. I'm using my NYX 04 brush, so here we go. So this is how the Ordinary Serum Foundation looks on top of the High Spreadability Fluid Primer. Once again, I absolutely love this foundation. It is so easy to blend out. It is not one of those foundations that dries so quickly where at like some point you're literally scraping your brush trying to spread it all over your face. Remember girlie, for $6 you better be picking this thing up. Let me zoom you in so you can kind of see the overall base before I go and apply the rest of the cake. So looking in the mirror, it looks like it did an incredible job. Once again, I do not look super matte. I look maybe like semi-matte, if anything. I do kind of have this like little glow going on the top of my cheek, which is a-okay. This foundation did not crease into any of the line, which means a High Spreadability primer like spread out evenly. This foundation and this primer together are giving me like a a-okay. Obviously I feel like my right one is a little more problematic, so please ignore that. I do not have Instagram worthy skin. I'm going upstairs to apply the rest of my cake, girl. I will come back down, we will zoom into my face, we will review it, and we will see how the primer and the foundation work together with the additional layers of makeup, bronzer, highlighter, everything you need to be caked. So I am back. Okay girl, now that we have the full cake on, let's get into our final thoughts on the High Spreadability Fluid Primer from the Ordinary. So now that the full face is complete, let me zoom y'all in so that way you guys can see if this did the job, if it did what it claimed. Let's see if this was a perfect surface smoother. Okay, since I have looked at myself in my little mirror and now that I'm kind of like looking back and forth from the viewfinder, Ordinary continues to do this and I am so glad, but my pores seem filled and they don't seem like so evident. It does give you that natural glow. Aside from me having all this freaking highlight glitter on, I feel very like luminous, like not even on like the higher points of my cheeks, like even like around here, like look how like it's not completely matte, it's kind of just like healthy looking. Even my forehead looks so like luminous. Obviously I put some highlighter on top of like my eyebrows and stuff. The middle creates this like very healthy glow. My skin looks very porcelain and it normally isn't, and I think this primer did a really good job at creating that like surface smoother that it claimed it would. So what do I give the High Spreadability Fluid Primer out of a solid 10? Let me be completely honest. The Ordinary has never let me down. And I know I'm speaking for majority people because it is so effective and so affordable. And it's like, how could those two like be like combined? I'm giving it like a solid 9 out of 10. And I know every time I freaking like talk about products or review them, I'm always like boosting them, but I'm honestly giving you like the most genuine rating. Although I claim that it felt very like oily, that is such a temporary feeling on your fingers and on your face. Like that goes away within a couple minutes. So you just have to be patient with some products, specifically like this one. Maybe like 3 to 5 minutes to soak in, let your skin kind of like breathe it in. Although it is very like a thicker gel kind of consistency, see what I mean? Like when I'm rubbing it into my skin, because it is so smooth, it feels so relaxing. Once you finally, you know, have it soaked in and you're like rubbing your fingers through your skin, like your face, it is so freaking smooth. And that's the one claim that I agree with the most, that it is a smooth or a surface smoother, because my skin literally, I can't explain to you, like when I applied it to my left hand and not my right hand, I could definitely tell like, girl, you need some moisture over here. I continue to say this, I don't have the best skin. I really don't. I have acne prone skin, I have very textured skin because I am a guy, I have a facial area, obviously, so you do kind of like have like that layer of hair I am so amazed at this like freaking product. For $7, this did wonders. On top of that, because I use a serum foundation, not full coverage, when I move my face around, you don't see any of that redness that I'm talking about. You don't even see like the bumps of any like scarring or acne that I do have. So this did such a good job at kind of like avoiding all those unnatural pigments that I claimed it would and just creating like a smooth surface for makeup application. That's all I have to say about this primer. For anybody watching, if anybody is watching, I will talk to you guys later. I will see you in the next video. Mwah, TTYLs.